What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 179. And we are back with a good amount of fights to talk about from this weekend. We got PFL, we got one, we got boxing. BKFC was also on this weekend. We ain't gonna talk about that. We got UFC, so much to get into. But before all that, like and subscribe if you enjoy everything we're putting out around here. We appreciate and love everyone that does. Let's go help get those numbers up. Yeah. But before we get into the main shit, the shit that matters, UFC, the biggest stuff going on, we can get some mentions going of some PFL 1 boxing, all that good little stuff. We should talk about boxing first because I know that's Kate's favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, boxing was trash.
It really was, honestly. I was very upset about that.
Honestly, yeah, even the Saturday card was also trash. Not gonna lie.
I'll be honest, I don't know really why. I've just never been interested in watching Canelo fights. I don't know. I've never just caught them, checked them out, whatever.
Well, you're gonna be interested in his next one because he's fighting Terrence Crawford. So,
yeah, that one I will actually watch. But Friday there was Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. That fight I really thought was going to be a whole lot of fun. Rolly got that second round knockdown. Feel like that just really caught Garcia off guard, and he was just very patient after that and just didn't really want to get into too many exchanges. Goes all 12 rounds. Rolly gets it done. Just not a great fight. Devin Haney fought on the card, wins the fight easily. Didn't look too great. Same with Teofimo. I don't know. I was watching the Teo fight, and the commentary was just fucking sucking him off with it. It was so crazy how they were talking about him, just the technique, all that, whatever. And then it's he'll throw a fucking right hand and his just feet are coming off of the ground as he's throwing it because he's so overextended or whatever. And I don't know. I wasn't fucking seeing it. Boxing was not good this week, and I did not enjoy it too much.
Boxing commentators love to suck off their favorite fighters. I'm not gonna lie. It is a lot of times there's very biased commentary in boxing. I will say that.
Yeah, for sure. But to get on over to some better shit, which is kind of crazy to say about PFL. It's actually better than some high-level boxing. But we had 205. We had heavyweights. As you could expect with the heavyweights, we had a whole lot of not really great shit. But the greatest shit with it, for sure, our motherfucking boy, mainly my boy around here, Alexander Romanov. He got his shot inside the PFL for the tournament. Gets a first round standing guillotine over Tim Johnson. Let's fucking go.
He might be able to actually win something over here.
Bro, he definitely has a chance to just blast through all these heavyweights.
Yeah, especially the way everyone was looking. It's it was so unimpressive.
Everyone was I was unimpressed by everyone. What I'm really
heavyweight side. Oh, sorry.
All I was gonna say is what I'm really hoping for is the championship fight is Romanov, Nascimento. Just two guys who are at the bottom of the top 15 in the UFC.
Terrible.
So Romanov can beat him again?
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
It would just be funny because it's just bottom level heavyweight fighters for the UFC running through the division.
Absolutely terrible. But like you said, on the heavyweight side, overall, it just really wasn't great.
Yeah, Valentin Moldavsky, the only one to get the UD in his fight, but it just wasn't very exciting. Oleg Popov with the split decision over Carl Williams, and honestly, Carl Williams, I think, could have won that. It was a close fight. If Carl didn't take it on short notice, he beats Oleg any day of the week.
Yeah, because I think that was 4 or 5 days notice or some shit like that.
Yeah, coming in heavier than normal, he definitely could have won that fight.
Yeah, very sad for
then Nascimento with the split decision win too. It was just
and it was also not an impressive showing. His opponent was 5-1 at the time.
Not yet. Yeah, badly. He's not bad, but like I said, just 5-1, very inexperienced.
Very inexperienced, and this is guy who's fought high level fighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So heavyweight was not where it was at all. But motherfucking 205 pounds. That shit
they kind of popped off.
They really did. My boy Shoeface, he had the roughest fight and, the most lackluster of them all. Again, a split decision win over Carl Moore, but I'm just happy for him that he got the win and is able to proceed in the tournament. That's all that I care about. Good for him. Yep. But Sullivan Cauley getting the first round finish over Alex Polizzi. That should just, start of the card, PFL and stuff, we're streaming, so just doing whatever. And it's like, I'm just looking at it and fucking Alex is going out there. He's just taking him down. He's all over with the grapple. And I'm just like, okay, like this is what this fight's going to be. I probably went to go grab something, whatever, come back, and then the fight's over. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, Alex just going for the takedowns, and Sullivan was just blasting him with elbows while he was up against the cage, and one of those really hurt him.
Those Travis Brown elbows, man.
Yeah, it's so crazy of just sometimes where it's like you see people do it and it just does nothing. It's just like, okay, you're just giving the position, you know what I mean? And then other times people do it and they just crumble and it's like, goddamn, man.
Yep.
But yeah, good for him getting that finish. Simeon Powell gets a second round finish over Carl Albrechtsen, punches and elbows. That was good for him. I'm pretty sure he gets the winner of the main event in that one. I can't remember exactly the tournament brackets.
No, he fights Shoeface next.
Oh, okay, nice. But yeah, either way, so that was good for him. But the motherfucking main event, Phil Davis versus Rob Wilkinson, I was so 100% ready, especially after just a terribly paced card that was taking forever to get through.
PFL pacing, man.
I was so ready for it to just be a Phil Davis decision. You know what I mean? Just the classic kind of shit.
I was about to say.
He just...
I was expecting the same thing because I had to tap out after the Moldavsky because I'm like, I'm tired and I have to go to work early in the morning tomorrow. I'm not going to sit here watch a Phil Davis decision.
You fucking left after that, and then, that happened. I was like, damn. I was like, dude, we should have just stayed. But second round, 51 seconds into it, straight right, and then the follow-up punches for Phil Davis gets the finish over Rob Wilkinson. Absolutely nasty, man. I just really wasn't expecting him to go out there and finish Rob. Just real tough out there. Loves to put on a brawl. I expected Phil to just be working on the outside, landing good leg kicks, punches, going for some takedowns. You know what I mean? And just Rob trying to go out there and get the finish. And for him to do that, just absolutely incredible at 40 years old, man. He is. I already thought he was taking the fucking entire tournament and winning it. He's winning the shit, man.
Yeah, he is gonna win this shit.
Yeah, I was just glad that at least the 205 was filling it in.
Yeah. You good?
You roboted out.
Roboted out?
Yep. Y'all glitched.
Are we back? We good?
You're back now, yeah.
It's fine. That seemed like a short enough time. Either way, PFL.
It was pretty short.
Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, just always nice when the main event ends good. You know what I mean? That's just gotta end off the night good at least. So we'll see how that goes. First round fully done now for the PFL. We'll see how the second round and then the championship bouts all turn out and everything, or the tournament final bouts, I should say. It's not championship bouts anymore. I don't fucking know what they're doing. But let's go. That's PFL. We also had one championship on Friday. A very lackluster card.
Yeah. We knew it wasn't going to be great in general because it was just like, damn, there's nobody on this card.
Yeah.
But when there's 7 fights and 5 of them are Muay Thai, you're generally like, okay, at least it'll be fun.
Yep.
Only 2 of them got finished, and that was crazy.
Yeah. It was just crazy. One of those things too, where it's like, okay, they had 8 fights on the card. It's like way shorter than normal. Why'd you have to push it back an hour? Why'd you have to start it at 7? You know what I mean?
Because something fell off and it was only 7 fights instead of 8.
Oh, is that really how it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. But
there are 2 fights in total that fell out. I don't know when the other one fell out, but one I know fell out during the week.
Well, because it was the Liam Nolan one, and he got a new opponent. It was the other one.
Okay.
Gotcha. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. Just started at the same time and ended early. We didn't need to just push it as long as it was. But we had Jordan Estupiñán on the card. We were all excited for that. Tough fight for him in there, but ended up getting the unanimous decision win, so that was very nice to see.
Yeah. His opponent landed the most intentional back of the head shot that I've ever seen in my life. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah.
If I wasn't fan of Jordan, I'd be, I'd think it was more funny, but
it was so intentional.
He just fucking leaps forward with the fucking hook just to punch it.
Right.
Absolutely wild, man.
It was so intentional. It's but like it was just one of those things where it's just like, Jesus Christ, you can't even give the excuse of like bodies in motion, like he was like ducking down or something. You just clip the back of his head or whatever. No. It was straight up back of the head.
And then Quang Thorny Nango beating Quang Thorny in the immediate rematch because he lost the split decision back in February, literally 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And he just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Just put on a lot of pressures, a lot of shots, just could not hang with it. That was really did not expect that from a 38-year-old Nango in this one. Like, that was really good for him.
Yep.
And then Ty had another lackluster title defense in grappling. Not too much of a surprise there. Just that just not good enough against these guys to just force things, you know what I mean? And like to really just make exciting things happen, you know what I mean? So it just kind of ends up being stalling, and he's always just the one trying to do something, putting on the pressure, so he ends up winning because of that. But it's like there's never any catches, there's never anything close. Like
I was gonna say, because he doesn't have the same willingness to roll either. Like it's like, in meaningful grappling, I know Mikey isn't there anymore, but like with Mikey and Cade, like you'll watch them, like they're down to get there, they're rolling with them, they're trying to find the submissions, they're locking shit up, they're going for it. Ty is more of like, if I can't get my position, I'm standing back up, you know, like I'm gonna try to get where I'm going, like I'm down with being on top, but we're not getting into nothing crazy because I'm just gonna reset, like
because it's one of those things where it's like you have to show things to your opponent for them to do things so you can find your own opportunities. It's like you have high level grapplers. If you're just trying to like shut them down, then they're just going to ball up, and then there's just nothing like, because they're not going to just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to give up a sub easily, you know?
Right? And exactly.
So definitely a rough one there, but one championship doing its thing.
There was some fights.
Rough stuff around here, you know?
Yeah.
The title.
They pushed their Denver event that was supposed to happen this August, I believe, to July of next year.
Damn, I didn't even see nothing about that. I know you said something of like that they postponed that, and like I was just like, oh, I didn't see that, but I just didn't like question it or anything. But that,
that's crazy.
Man, I don't fucking know. I don't know. So we'll see how long one in PFL stick around. You know what I mean? I'm not sure they see the 2030s.
If either of them do, I feel like it's going to be one.
Probably. They could probably just be doing like small Muay Thai shit or whatever. But got more options. But we'll see how all of that plays out. But let's head on over to the good old UFC talk. UFC Fight Night, Des Moines, Iowa. With some of the stuff on the card, thought it was going to be a bit better, disappointed, but we had some pretty good shit go on the card too.
For sure.
Very nice. Let's start it off with the main event. Cory Sandhagen, ranked number 4 at bantamweight, taking on former flyweight champ Deiveson Figueiredo, ranked number 5. It kind of sucks because, like, I'm happy, like, Cory, he ends up getting the second round finish. Due to a knee injury. They're just Deiveson and him, Deiveson was constantly going for the heel hooks and like the 50-50 leg lock situation, and Cory was just so willing to engage it and use it to try and get on top.
Did you hear him talking about it at all?
No, I didn't.
Well, just how he's like, no, like I train with Ryan Hall all the time. I'm very familiar with the 50-50. He's like, that wasn't an accident. I knew exactly what I was doing, and Figgy didn't, and because of the sweep, that's why he got injured. He wasn't like, that wasn't a freak accident. Like, this is what the 50-50 leg lock is. Like,
I did hear him say that. It's like, like if you don't know how to play the position, then you're going to tear your shit up. And so it's like, it wasn't like a fluke or anything. Like, you know what I mean? But it just like, in the preview, just, thinking that like he was going to have like a vintage type performance, you know what I mean? And it's like he was looking really good in there, just really looked like he was just in control of like all the situations, was really seeing everything coming at him that Deiveson was trying to do. But so like it good for him to get the win, but it does just kind of suck that it like just didn't get like a highlight reel moment. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, even at the end of the first round, just going back to the corners, Deiveson just looked fucking
broken.
He looked like he did not want to be there,
bro.
At all.
Because I'm sure it's like at the end of the first round, significant strikes 31-2 and total strikes 53-3.
Yeah,
Cory with 3 minutes and 37 seconds of control time when Figgy was the one initiating it. He went 1 for 4 on takedowns. Cory 1 of 1, and you know what I mean? Like that was just
demoralizing round.
Such a breaking round. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the word. It's just demoralizing. Like I feel like it took just 5 minutes for Cory to just shut Figgy down, and that's not really something we've seen.
We've seen with Figgy.
Like he, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it has to do with him getting a little older, the loss that he took to Piotr before this back in November. And like, you know what I mean? And if, like, I don't know, but it was just, Cory just really shut him down.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's like, obviously, like you said, losing to Piotr, it's like, Piotr easily won that fight, you know, like that was his fight, but it wasn't like that where just literally shutting him down like that. You know what I mean? So that, just I feel like if anything, probably just, you know, more of like the age and stuff, you know, 37 years old at bantamweight, that's just a tough spot to be in. He's had so many years of rough weight cuts, you know what I mean? I can only imagine just how that has like affected him. But just even still, like
Cory was just on point.
Yeah,
like,
he was still a top ranked guy and deservedly. And like I said, Cory just on point, man.
I also think that part of it is also just the demoralizing part of, I think Figgy's whole plan was the leg locks. I think that was, he was like, I'm going to get into a leg lock position. Cory's going to like go for something, do something, give up his back, man, take the back. You know, I think that was the whole game plan. And then that just backfired because he took the back first in that first round. Well, tried to take the back in that first round, but was way too high on it. And he ends up getting reversed. And it's just like, it just because he
Cory
kept
was
going
down to show off what he's learned over the years of all the fucking grapplers he's been matched up against. Like,
during the fights when we were doing the fight companion, when he gave up his back, me and Jimmy had the same flashback of him versus All Joe, and I'm like, Cory, no.
Yeah, but it's like like you said, just too high, just scrambling. Because Cory was saying where like, you know, this he feels like right now is like he's at like the best spot of like skills and everything to become the champion. You know what I mean? And it's like with the Umar fight, it was just a rough one where it's like defending all of the takedowns and seeing that it's like you can clearly see all of the work that he's been putting into that, but it's like you need to have that defense and then be able to put your own offense behind it. You know what I mean? Like you can't just only be able to shut the other person down like in their offense. You just don't get scored any points in MMA for defense. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So I really feel like this was just that moment of all the things coming together in just the right time, right person. You know what I mean? And just absolutely flawless victory for him in this one. And he's calling for the title shot. It's one of those things where it's hard because it's like obviously Piotr is like still there in front of him. He has a 2-fight win streak where Cory only has the 1. Piotr has the win over him, the former champ status. Like there's just a lot of things there. I would really like to see Cory get that shot at the title.
I would too.
I get it. Because we were talking about this before. It's the kind of like Bisping thing. It's hard for me to reconcile the two. Like having Cory go get the championship, fight for the championship as opposed to Piotr, considering their last wins are both Deiveson. So it's like Piotr then on a 2-fight winning streak as opposed to a 1-fight winning streak. Like it's just hard. The biggest reason though, I do think that Cory should get it over Piotr is it is a new fight for whoever wins the title. He hasn't fought Merab, he hasn't fought Sean.
Yeah.
So, because what I was going to say to that is, like, the thing is if Sean wins the title fight, I can almost see, but, like, it sucks because I want the Cory-Sean fight so bad, but when it comes to that rematch, it being a split decision, Piotr was just, you know what I mean? He works so much better in 5-round fights.
He does.
Yeah.
That, like, I would love to see that rematch run back. Like, it's so fucking bad, you know? But it's like, I want that for Cory because then it's also like, yes, I know that Piotr is on a 2-fight winning streak, but that's also breaking a 3-fight losing streak opposed to Cory having wins over multiple people that are ranked in the division with the 1 break in Umar. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of things that go into it that either can be argued for, and I would love it for Cory as well, but I also do really want the Sean Piotr rematch at 5 rounds.
No, yeah. And then,
Like-
and then like, even to your point, Ginger, of like, yeah, they both their last wins are, you know, Deiveson, Figueiredo. It's like, look at how they each beat them, though. Like, that was entirely more impressive from Cory than what, like, Piotr did. You know what I mean? So it's like, just one of those things, too.
Factors.
Just, who knows what the UFC will end up doing with Cory. I just have the feeling that they're probably not going to give it to him. It just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. But
which is funny because
really
I feel like Cory versus Sean. Well, no. I feel like Cory versus Merab is more marketable than Merab versus Piotr, too. Because Piotr got dominated that fight.
Yeah.
Like, easily. So it's not... So I feel like new opponent, and it's someone who, like, we all... I think genuinely believe can put Merab out.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
So it's just one of those things.
We'll see how all that shit plays out. Let's go. For Figgy, I don't know. It's a rough one. I feel like he's probably just going to retire soon. But
Cejudo.
Yeah, that I was going to say, it's like, you got to give him just the old man's fight. Do Cejudo, do fucking Jose Aldo.
Him versus Cejudo, for 2 former 125 champions
together, so they probably won't.
Honestly,
because I know that was a whole thing with like the Brandon Moreno and Figgy fight. There's like Cejudo was involved with that, and so that probably won't happen. So let's get Deiveson Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo wins or loses against
Amen.
Batista.
Yeah.
Or Amen, yes.
No, Amen.
I was gonna say
Batista's fighting Marlon.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, so we'll see how all that plays out. See what Figgy decides to do.
Yep.
Let's go. Going on down to the co-main event, though. Holy
this is so good.
Shit. This was incredible. Absolutely wild. RDR versus Bo Nickal. And we just did not know how exactly this fight was going to play out. I know I didn't know how this fight was going to play out at all.
This isn't what I expected, though.
Not even a little bit. Second round stoppage, knee to the body. RDR gets it done, maintains his top 15 ranking, takes the O from Bo Nickal, his undefeated record. Incredible. How you guys feeling about this one?
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie, like, in terms of the striking, this is exactly what I expected when it came to the striking aspect of the fight. Not so much the TKO, but just RDR being so much better than Bo on the feet. Like, that was something that I expected. It was gonna be like, what I wanted to see was the grappling and how that went, and Bo could not get a takedown to save his life.
Yeah, and honestly, with the striking, it's just...
I was just going to say, like, I wasn't sure what to think of his striking, because it's like RDR is so quick to just push the fucking grappling. He wants to take you down. He wants to pull. He doesn't care. He's like, nah, I'm getting you down, and I'm going to submit you. That's what I do.
No, I know.
It's like this. He has 20 wins. 14 of those are subs, and a lot of them happen pretty early, you know? He can find them late, but, like, he's pretty much like, I'm going to get you down, and I'm going to try to get you the fuck out of here. So I was not sure what to expect with the striking, but obviously I know that Bo's striking is not super advanced, so I wasn't really worried that Bo was going to put some clinic on him. That's not what I was thinking.
I wasn't thinking it was going to be a clinic. I just thought he was going to be the better striker.
Because I also didn't know what the striking were. It's just like, like RDR going for the grappling, but it's like if Bo's just shutting all of that down, and then it's like, bro, like RDR was taking so many big shots on the feet from GM3. So it's like, I would not have been surprised if, like, all Bo's going out there and doing is throwing a big left hand. But if he lands one of those, RDR is just like, oh, fuck, that was a big shot. And now it's just like a fucking, like, I didn't think that it was going to be exactly Paul Craig, but, like, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was similar to that. You know what I mean?
I didn't think that, because I was like, no, he's just going to keep trying to wrestle him. And, like, I don't know. I just didn't expect him to go out there and just immediately see, like, oh, I landed one knee to the body and he hated that. Let me keep going. Because me and Jimmy watched it back this morning, and within the first 30 seconds, he landed 4, like, nice knees to the body of Bo, like, in the first round, you know? And he just kept going to it.
And then when they were clinching up, he was throwing that uppercut right to the body as well, throwing the just short hooks to the face, going back to that uppercut, the body. to bring that hand up and all that. Like, he was doing extremely well on that.
The UFC stats like broke up the total strikes more, because like the significant strikes, it was only 22, but in total he landed 91 strikes, and I just wish I could see how many of those were to the body. There were just little shots, you know?
Yeah.
Because even with the 22 significant strikes landed, 13 of those were to the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says significant. I wish it would do the totals.
But yeah, man, you just
59%.
It's like, yeah, just constantly forcing the clinch situations with Bo Nickal. Just like, yeah, like you said, constantly just tearing into the body, little shots with the uppercuts, little shots with the knees, big shots with the knees, like just constantly putting it on him, wearing him down. Where it's like after the first round, Bo just looked out of it and like
he looked exhausted.
Fucking his ear was all bloody. I don't know if it was just like the cauliflower ear popping or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more likely.
Like, but like, yeah,
because it was at one point in the first round, Bo actually did like hit like a nice takedown and got Reinier down. But then, you know, RDR just being scrambly and being the jiu-jitsu guy, Bo, I don't know if he panicked and was like, I'm just going to wrap up the neck. And he like tossed RDR over, but he didn't have shit in tight. And then RDR was able to just take advantage of that. Yeah.
Because it was like, like Bo got the takedown, RDR goes for the triangle, like, you know, doesn't get it, then instantly rolls for the armbar, and then as they're coming up, Bo was just like, I'm fucking pulling the Gillian. It's like, bro, like, I get you got like good wrestling and all that, but it's like you're gonna go pull the Gillian on fucking RDR round 1, you know, like that is just not the smart play to go. You know?
No,
then, like
it
you
wasn't.
said, just tossing him over with no control. It's like RDR just rolled right out of it. You know what I mean? It's like, then just seeing Bo on his back and just not really being able to do shit, just like trying a little bit here and there with the legs for like kind of butterfly or whatever. But then it's like at one point he like tried to use like the butterfly hook, but just like the position it was just like on the wrong side. So then RDR was just easily able to like step over, get side control. Yeah, man, Bo off of his back, classic wrestler. He has nothing, man.
Yeah.
Wait, and then like classic wrestler. He was classic turtle wrestler, not like the Gaethje wrestler where he immediately like turns over, tries to build a base from trying to just not be on your back and just give up your back essentially and start building a base. So.
Just second round, just fucking going out there with the knees, and like he was just tearing up him like some more, and then just break away, like, you know, after a moment. Goes in, Bo tries to counter, like just throwing a right hand, and he just fucking blasted him with a knee, folded him up. That was it. It just so
perfect,
so goddamn good, man. RDR now 3-0 in the UFC, all finishes.
That was your best American grappler. Give me your best American striker, Sean Strickland. You're next.
Yeah, to be fair though, because I thought about it. Would technically Jared Cannonier not be the best American striker since he got the win over Sean Strickland?
Yeah, I was going to say, I would like to see him versus Cannonier.
I mean, I'd honestly rather see him versus Strickland, not going to lie, because that's just a wacky matchup. You know what I mean?
It is a wacky matchup.
That's what you have to do with RDR. It's like, give him fights where it's like, what in the world is going to happen? You know what I mean? Like,
I wonder where they really do put him, though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I can see
obviously a great win. He's going to get a whole lot of hype and momentum off of this. It's like, if you want to push him, like, this is the fight to do it. You know what I mean?
I was about to say. And if that's the case, you can go Cannonier. You can go, like, Deletes, 7-8 area, something like that.
I hate the Cannonier one so much, honestly.
I get why. I get it.
That's such a bad play for him.
That would be interesting. I don't know when he wants to come back. Him versus Whitaker is such an interesting fight, I feel like.
Oh, man. I mean, the thing that I feel like is the best factor for RDR is going to be the size. He's going to be a lot bigger than
Whitaker.
Because even in this fight, I forgot that was something to mention. Like, the second Bo pressed RDR up against the cage, the difference in their size. Just obviously taller, wider, just bigger. And it just, it was like, damn.
It looked like a light heavyweight fight, a middleweight. You know what I mean? Like, that was... Bro, I feel like I said Jared's a bad matchup. I think Whitaker is just even so much worse.
Yeah,
like
that's
the fucking in and out movement. Like if he cannot get a hold of him, like I feel like Whitaker is gonna freak him the fuck out in the striking. Like he is not gonna know what to do. He's just
Whitaker
gonna be getting hit with big shots. Like
Whitaker was able to defend some of the chain wrestling from Hamzat for a little bit. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the top of the division, it's just going to be rough all around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's where it's like
you hard to get Strickland down. Too,
if he can get the win over Strickland, now he just gets the DDP fight. That's what
the DDP / Hamzat fight, whoever wins. If that fight happens, doesn't matter.
If
Hamzat RDR,
bro, if Hamzat beats DDP, you do then just honestly do DDP RDR, honestly. Like,
yeah, still.
Strickland.
Yeah.
Like,
wackiness,
don't even do that,
just for the wacky fight.
Bro, I have to see that. I have to see that. No matter what, the UFC has to find a way to get that fight done. DDP versus RDR. That's going to be so good.
I feel like the physicality of DDP just wins out. I'm not going to lie.
Probably, but
you need to see how it wins out.
This is the only chance we have to see a Looney Tunes fight in the UFC, so like we might as well let it happen.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Like, pull out the sticks of dynamite, pull out the fucking just everything, like fucking
pull out the exploding cigar.
Yep. Just piano falls from the fucking sky. You know what I mean? Like just every single cartoon thing that you could think of, that's what's gonna happen in that fight. Like I don't know. It can end in 5 seconds. It could go 25 minutes. It could either one of them could win by knockout, submission, or decision or draw. Like I don't know, man. Something's gonna happen.
Insane.
They could both just go colliding in for a crazy headbutt, and it's no contest. Like really anything. Like I will not be surprised no matter what happens, unless it's just a bad fight. You know what I mean? Like, unless they just, like, they both look at each other and are just, like, our Dutch hoots. You know what I mean? And they're just, like,
I don't think that would happen, but I think it would be really funny if they both just stood in front of each other and all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, I'm not the awkward one. But they both feel that way, and now they just don't know how to act or what to do. Very confused.
It's just like
you watch them malfunction. Yeah,
like because one of they just try and take like a sidestep, but they both sidestep the same way. They both like it's just like
it's the cartoon Mirror where they're constantly doing the same thing as the other.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Give me that fight, please. It's incredible. I have to see it so much.
No, yeah.
But
I do want to say this about Bo Nickal before moving on to the next things. I am supremely interested to see where he does go from here. Just because he has been supremely confident. He's been, my wrestling is so good. If I fight Hamzat, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm a minus 1,000. I am supremely interested to see what happens from here with him. To see if, just for this, from the idea of his mentality, I want to see, how he actually improves from here, knowing that now he doesn't have to worry about being undefeated. He just needs to improve and knows where he needs to improve at.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's one of those things where just, like all the hype and everything, you take that first loss, especially like that, you just never know how someone's going to bounce back. But he could have the Sean Brady thing where it's like, okay, that pressure of the O is gone. And it's like, just get better, grind, know what I have to do, and just become a much better fighter. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I want to see him fight GM3.
I was about to say, I have 3 names. One of them was GM3. It's GM3, Andre Muniz, or Andre Petrovic. Any one of those 3.
I feel like Petrovic might just... That's a rough one, honestly. I feel like the physicality and just the willingness to go, you know what I mean? And like having the wrestling, that'd be interesting. But any one of those would not be bad at all, though.
But that's the thing, he needs those. He hasn't had any, besides for this last one, really, he hasn't had that. He needs those hard fights.
No, for sure. I definitely, 100%. But RDR getting the $50,000 performance bonus on that. Corey also got a $50,000 performance bonus as well. Going on down, featured bout D-Rod versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. Knew that this was going to be some old slop to just 38-year-old welterweights having some fun. Wasn't as wild and just as much of a brawl throughout it as I thought it was going to be. Both of them just like really trying to be tactical. Ponzi working the kicks real good. D-Rod just working the boxing. Third round, D-Rod and because was it the second round where he ended up like catching him at first and hurt him, and then like it went to the third? It just Ponzi was just all over the place, just running around, just so clearly hurt. And then in the third round ends up catching him. Ponzi was just trying to argue the stoppage, but then stands up and kind of just tumbles into the cage. It was like, bro, it's done.
It was like a left hook that barely lands into a right hook. Then the left hook comes back around, knocks him down, lands one ground and pound strike. It was over.
Yeah.
Like he was legit just out of there. I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, for Ponzi, I would like to honestly see him retire. At this point, he's 38. He doesn't have anything really left to prove in the sport for what he's done.
Yeah, not at all.
And it's like he now been knocked out twice in his last 4. He went life and death with Carlston Harris. Gets a split decision loss to Muslim Salikov. Like, I don't know. I just don't see anything else.
It's like if he wants to fight at all, Neil Magny. Do that rematch and fucking be like a decade in the making. Well, just do that. But nothing left to prove. Even with D-Rod too, it's like nothing really left.
Yeah, honestly, with D-Rod, it's just like whatever y'all kind of want to do with him, I guess, because it's not like he's out here getting destroyed by people, but at the same time, like, who do I want to see him up against? I don't fucking know.
yeah.
Hell, him versus Chaos Williams, actually. Fuck it.
Oh, God.
Moving on.
You want to just end the man's career? Like, fuck, man. All right. Yeah, damn. Shit. Next fight. Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos. Daniel Marcos, the second undefeated fighter on this card to go and lose his Montel gets the unanimous decision win. Overall, just kind of a lackluster fight from what I was expecting. I really thought that it would like either Marcos was gonna kind of be able to cook and was just might be just the better fighter moving up, or just the hands and the power of Montel was just gonna kind of catch him. And I really thought he was gonna be able to get him out of there, but Montel just more grapple heavy than I thought he was gonna be too.
Yeah, which really shocked me because it was like in the first round, especially like. He didn't land a lot of significant strikes, both of them matching with 4, but total strikes 22-7. He was just staying on the outside. He was landing good shots. He was clearly outstriking him and using his reach well. And then decided, I'm going to go for a takedown. And then went 1 for 4, let Marcos get one. And then Marcos was only 30 seconds off of control time, but his only saving grace in this fight, honestly, is the fact that Marcos couldn't do shit with the grappling every single time he got it.
Yeah.
Because then it was like round 2 came along and there's Montel, like same thing. He's like, I'm just outstriking you. And Marcos like, I'm going to get the takedown now. Gets him down, gets 2 minutes of control time, but he didn't do anything with it. Again, total strikes. 7 strikes to 22. You're not winning the round by holding. And then the same shit with round 3, had him for 2.5 minutes, landed 10 strikes to 23. And it's like, that's the only reason why Montel won.
Well, and Montel had a sub attempt in the third round as well.
True, but either way, you know what I mean? It's like Montel was obviously doing enough and he was working it on the feet that I'm just like, I don't really know why he even initiated the ground and like was just letting it go so easily and so willing to be there, because when he got up, like he would literally just turn around, give up his back and stand up. So it's like, if you could do that and you weren't worried about your back, why'd you even give up 2 minutes of control time? Just get the fuck up and cook. Like, I'm not sure exactly how far he's going to go in the division if he doesn't do more, because he's not going to be winning fights at the top like this. Like,
no, because this one, it on really like the both sides kind of just like, damn, kind of shitty for both of them. Like for on our end, because it's like, okay, undefeated Daniel Marcos, like you're cooking, you're doing good, like want to see you like get up like and hopefully get through the rankings. And it was like, okay, this was like a rough one where it's like you're on the older side of all these other prospects that we were excited for, you know what I mean? And it just doesn't really seem like he had the skills overall to just be able to do it.
And even the same with Montel at 33.
Yeah, and then it's just with him like not being as like one of those guys where we're excited for, you know, like one of the rising guys, but it's like, this just. It's like, there just wasn't enough in this performance where it's like, what are you going to do against a Song Yadong? You know what I mean? I feel like that would just be a nightmare. And it's like Song has been proven to be so far below these top guys for years at this point. Yeah. Like, it's, it's definitely hard. Just definitely good for Montel to get the win, keep the win streak going. You know what I mean? But, tough loss for Marcos to lose his O in that one. Last two fights on the main card, Sari City got a UD over Cameron Smotherman, just kind of shut him out. Just, you know, good win for him, but not the most notable fight for sure. I don't know if you guys got too much to say on that one at all.
Not much, no. I'm not surprised too much that Cameron lost. Mainly because, like, when I went back and looked at his record, I'm like, oh, that's right. He's the one who had the close fight against Jake Hadley moving up to 135, and Jake's just not that great of a fighter in totality, so...
Sure, that was short notice too, though.
If I remember right. If I remember right, I think it was, but...
Just low-level 135 for younger guys is, just... We'll see how their careers go, but 155-pound fight, opening up the main card, Mason Jones, Jeremy Stephens.
The disrespect of the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's the first thing to note, because another night they decided no fight of the night. They gave out 4 performance bonuses, but this fight was clearly a fight of the night, like winner. It should have been. It's like, the third round slowed down with the grappling, but it's like rounds 1 and 2 were straight war.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, the damage that, like, every single time that Jeremy Stephens would just land a punch on Mason Jones' face that was good, you just instantly start swelling, start to build up. Like, it just, like, it seemed like it's not like he was reacting terribly, but, like, it was affecting him. You know what I mean? So it's like, after 10 minutes of just fucking going to war with Jeremy Stephens, I'm not surprised you wanted to go to the grappling and just try and dominate that way and not have to just get beaten up for another 5 more minutes. You know what I mean? But it just definitely sucks for that. They both deserve that $50,000 bonus for it. But Mason Jones gets the unanimous decision win at the end of it. 30-27 across the board, I believe. But just a rough fight for Jeremy Stephens in the hometown and everything, but just put it on a award at the
showing off his chin.
Oh yeah, man! It just
tough as ever.
Just so many of those big shots from Mason, the head kick, spinning fucking shit. Like, he was just putting everything.
He landed 3 spinning elbows, a spinning back fist.
Because then that was the other thing. It's like, not only was there a high pressure in the first 2 rounds, it's like he was getting fancy with it, Mason. So it's like he used a lot of fucking energy. It's like, come on. 2 rounds of war, you can give a fight of the night if 1 round slowed down a bit.
Yeah, it's like the fucking fight started off and fucking Mason Jones throws a head kick at Jeremy Stephens. I was like, okay, he opens it with a head kick. And then he throws like another one. I was like, okay, he throws another one. I'm pretty sure he threw like another one. It's like, okay, like he's just throwing it at Jeremy Stephens. You know what I mean?
The spin kicks to the body, like you said, the spinning elbows to the top, just all over with it. Yeah.
Like
he was throwing everything at him to get him the fuck out of there.
Yeah, and then just because motherfucker wanted to grapple in the 3rd round, you didn't give him, like, come on, man. Both of their returns to the UFC and you do them both like that, like, come on. That's
no, exactly.
This also was a great. I'm sorry, real quick. This was a great fight too, of just the fucking Iowa crowd, man. Just fucking as soon as a takedown happens or an attempt from Jones, boom, boom, boom. Just as soon as Jeremy gets up, let's go, all right, like just screaming.
It was so good.
Like, he didn't even break the control of Mason, and they're erupting in cheers just because they're on the feet now.
Yeah, like, that's where the 3rd round was funny, because Mason went 5 of 8 takedowns. So the way that Stephens would get taken down and like back up and then taken right back down, and they would just boo, woo, boo, woo.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was so funny.
Good shit though. Overall on the main card, just solid fights, fun fights, but let's go. Prelims. What you guys want to bring up on the prelims? You have biggest shit that you thought was great. Because I already know what I want to bring in, what I got to bring up.
Go ahead.
But I'll let you guys cook first.
You can go first.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Opening fight of the motherfucking night. Juju Miller, the reason I won Tapology, the only person in the Tapology.
No, the reason you won, we'll get to it. Whatever.
Well,
Continue.
I was the only one that won her, though.
Yeah, but whatever.
You know
go
what
on.
I mean? So, like, that was the real deciding factor right there. She gets it done. It was. Unanimous decision win. I was the only one that picked her. Of course it was.
Go on.
It just fucking Juju, man. I was so goddamn worried of just like, okay, like, you just go out there, you got sloppy striking, you put on pressure, and you eat a whole bunch of punches, and you can't really get the grappling going. She was going out there with some sloppy striking, not being as aggressive as normal on the feet, so I feel like that really helped her with just not walking face first into a bunch of
I don't know. The first round was kind of still that because, like, total strikes that she ate were still 32 strikes in that round. She went 0 of 2 on the takedowns, and she went 11 for 20, you know, so she was still kind of just walking forward, eating shots, and not getting the grappling going, but then the tides turned for round 2.
Yeah. And then, just because Ivana, just could not like hang with the pressure and everything. You know what I mean? And just started to get tired, started getting the grappling going, everything started to come together. You know what I mean? And it just so happy to see for her, man. It just getting that win, that fucking just starting off the night, that post-fight press conference, and just one of the most craziest ugly cries on the microphone ever, man. Like, it was, oh my God.
I love her.
Yeah,
I did not expect to watch her fight and win and like start tearing up. I was not expecting the opening prelims to have me tearing up with fucking Iowa. Like,
it just
talking
so
about
awesome.
I told my mom in heaven I would win, and I did it, mama.
Just so awesome to see. Good for her. Tapology says she improved to 4-3. I'm gonna believe them. UFC is gonna say 5-3. Who knows where that other fight is? I don't know, but good for her.
It's weird because, like, if it was they're including tough, there's 2 fights she won there.
Yeah, add them together, they make 1.
So
I don't know. Let's go. That's my honorable mention from the prelims. What do you guys want to bring up?
Gillian Robertson.
Yup.
She got the second round TKO over Marina Rodriguez.
Yes.
And she just looked real fucking good in there. I was surprised that she got the finish because the only person to finish Marina previously was Amanda Lemos with third round hooks. There's no fucking shame in that. And like, you know what I mean? And like, that was 3 years ago. So obviously like a couple years ago, but it's like, even in her last 2 fights, she lost the split to Jessica Andrade. She lost the split to Yasmin Lucindo. I just, you know, I was like, Gillian, she's good, but I don't think she's going to be able to sub her. That's not like, I don't know. And I just was not expecting her to do this. It's like, she did the same thing to Polyana Viana, but that's Polyana Viana in the second round. So,
I get it.
She looked great, and I'm very happy for her.
No,
slightly disrespectful afterwards, talking about I'm gonna retire all the old people. Give me Amanda Lemos next. I was like, damn, she literally just took off her gloves. Like, give her a second.
A little.
I love it. I love the energy.
That's a little bit.
Named Savage for a reason. You know? True. But
total strike 73-7. She got 2 takedowns on her. She just
dominant, man. And like said in the the preview, it's like I feel like this fight was 3 years ago or something. She would have had a really rough night, but at this point, I don't think Marina can hang. And it's like, I know she hasn't been losing bad, but it's like the reason why I also thought that like Rodriguez really was going to get the sub and like be able to just like get it done is that Marina kind of got controlled, like even if it was just like up along the cage at points or whatever by Yasmin Lucindo, and then Yasmin just got completely shut down by Lemos. Like that was just really bad, you know? And so I was just like, I don't know. Like I feel like Gillian's grappling is just way more thorough than what Yasmin's is. So it's like I was just didn't expect a second round TKO for her though. Third KO TKO in her entire career now for Gillian. Very nice.
It's just one of those things where it's like she's finally about to turn 30 in like a week and a half. She's 13-6 in the UFC. Like I feel like she's really just gotten her shit together. She's just really improved her game and just coming into her prime. She's like, nah, I'm here to win now. I'm experienced and I know what I'm doing.
Hell yeah, man.
Like she really actually could turn herself into a problem. She's about to be the fucking Charles Oliveira, like for real.
Yeah,
of the women's side. Like
it's
Dark Horse.
Just have a real rough fucking beginning, just young in her career and just really putting shit together, you know?
No,
most submissions in women's But it just is it women's history or flyweight?
Yeah, I'm pretty
history?
sure women's history she has the most subs just in general.
Yeah, because she has 7. So she needs to cook. She needs to stop getting these fucking TKOs.
I know.
I appreciate the improvement, but like, get more subs.
You get back mount, just take the RNC.
Time to cook for 30.
Punch them up, till they're done, and like you realize that, and then just grab the sub when it's there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just give them that out. But yeah, man, it's just crazy that it's like you said, just only about to be 30, damn near 20 UFC fights now, has 10 finishes. You know what I mean? It's like she can really become a problem in this division for sure. Ginger, what about you? What you want to bring up and get into for the prelims?
So what I want to get into is it time for Dontel Mays to go to the PFL?
So, I mean, that wasn't the exact narrative I thought you were going to bring up for this fight, but I was really kind of hoping that this is where, that's how I'm sitting.
This is where I was going with it.
Please let it be Thomas Petersen. I want to talk about this.
Because, give me a second.
It is time.
Dontel Mays is what in the UFC now? Let me just make sure I'm saying this correctly. He is 4-7 and 1 no contest. 0-3 in his last 3.
11-9, 1 no contest overall.
Yep. And I was just on UFC record 4-7.
No, yeah, I know, but just 11-9 overall.
His losses are Thomas Petersen, Walter Walker, Shamil Gaziev, Rodrigo Nascimento, and Augusto Sky. I can't blame him for those two. Well, he has 2 losses to Nascimento.
Yeah, you can.
Again, top 15 guy, and then his first loss in the UFC was against Cyril Gahn. I can't blame him for Cyril Gahn. Now, Cyril Gahn heel hook, I can blame him for the heel hook.
Yeah, he lost to Alan Crowder on Contender Series. That's not a good one.
He was 3-1 at the time, though.
But even still. And then his first pro loss, illegal elbow loss.
His debut was Harry Huntsucker.
Oh, what a...
It's hilarious.
Throwback, man. Harry
Holy
Huntsucker.
Shit.
He has a win over
Muhammad Usman?
Damn.
Bro, where did your takedown defense go? Because you couldn't defend a single takedown. You got taken down 9 times in this fight.
Yeah, man. Thomas Petersen put on a fucking clinic on him.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. 30-25, 2 30-26s. We all had Thomas Petersen by decision. We knew that was going to happen, but really didn't expect just the overall pace pressure throughout the entire fight that he put on him.
He went 9 of 9 on takedowns, total strikes 105 of 166 to 13 of 23. That was significant strikes.
1, 5,
story.
22.
28 to 3.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That it's you're a heavyweight. You landed 105 strikes.
I 30-26, 30-26, 30-25. I'm going to be honest. I think all of those should have been 30-24s. 10-8, 10-8, 10-8.
I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But
I'm sorry, but you get 10-8. The way he lost this, it is just that point of it's dude, I don't care who you're putting him up against. He's not going to win more than likely. Against any of these guys. Just let him go. I doubt he goes to PFL. I doubt they actually pick him up.
They might on short notice.
For a short notice fight, I could see it. But, I just don't. Fuck, he's the next Francis Ngannou opponent.
Ginger, if at any point in time, any single MMA promotion or any sort of fight promotion decided to pick Ginger up as a matchmaker, they should just be shut down and everyone involved should be arrested.
I agree.
This dude is a fucking monster.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Time out.
He's
Francis Ngannou opponent in boxing.
What makes you think that's better?
Because then he can't get taken down and elbowed in the face for...
No, he's just going to get one punched unconscious, but the thing is he'll stand back up, so it'll happen 3 times.
I don't think he gets back up.
Moving on. What the fuck? Yeah, good win for Petersen, but it's like just real quick. Last thing out of that is like, but with the strikes, it's like it is rough because it's like the heavier weights you do kind of generally see where it's like total strikes 85, significant strikes 84. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. So to have such a wide disparity, it's like,
that's pretty insane.
We'll see what he does. You know, but yeah. That's UFC Iowa. Other quick mention, just real quick, is I just feel like of the other two people to get the performance bonus, Quang Leak and the submission over Gaston Bolaños. Another person that got sub 10 significant strikes in this fight for Gaston Bolaños. And then Azamat Bekoev getting the right hook in the first round of Ryan Loader. Absolutely blasted him. Gets $50,000. Yeah, good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you want to know who to probably actually pick up Montel Mays? Karate Combat.
This fucking guy.
Moving on.
Am I wrong?
Probably. They'll put him up against Sam Alvey. Why not? Who cares?
No, they'll put him up against Rebellis de Spain.
Oh, God. But that's the fight card from the UFC. Let's go. Tapology.
Jimmy got a robbery win.
Robbery.
Slightly, technically.
Because the only reason he beat me is they deemed Cory Sandhagen a second round TKO instead of a second round submission. Not only did Figgy tap, but he also like let out like a little scream in pain, which is a verbal submissions. The two indications of submissions, and they called it a TKO. If he would have gotten the semi-perfect, I would have beat him. So it's a fucking robbery. But he won, and I came in second.
Yep. Hey, we all got the same amount of wins for Tapology so far this year. So round of applause, everyone! Hooray! We're all doing good. We all have the same amount of wins in Tapology.
I should be ahead.
And we all won in our draft picks.
Yep, I got Gillian Robertson got me my win.
Yep, I got the win with Cory.
Yep,
he got Montel, the least impressive win, the only one to not get a finish in the second
round.
round.
Got a win.
Terrible. We both got second round.
Okay, you guys are just mad because. You're just mad because I have the best record, Mr. 8-4.
Listen,
10-4. Over here, 10-2.
We just talked about before the pod that I'm taking one of my honorable mentions. I'm switching them with Melchizedek Costa, and now I'm
not allowed. Nope, I'm vetoing that.
Yeah, Ginger's like, fuck no. There's not a shot I'm letting this motherfucker have the same record instantly as me. He would allow it.
I would allow it.
She would. 2-on-1. It happens. I feel like that's pretty fair. Let's go.
Vote down in the comments.
But that's all we got for this episode of the podcast. I didn't even mention, but yeah, Kate got second in Tapology. Ginger got third. So
I said it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Undefeated fighters have gone 13-22 so far this year. Might as well mention that.
Yep. 0-2 on this card. So yeah, we will be keeping that track too because that's just a fun one of just how crazy it's been, man. It's like I don't know, like that. I feel like that would be something to be fun of, like to be so much work to like go back throughout the fucking years to see how many, like, you know what I mean. But it's like this just feels like they're just losing it a lot. You know what I mean?
Just dropping like flies, yeah.
But yeah, let's go. That's it. We'll catch you on the next one. Motherfucking previewing. Oh
my God, that is what we're talking about next.
Yeah, my boy Jackie Legs that can't use his legs. Let's go, getting that title in Canada. Peace.
Potentially.
He's getting it done. Let's go, Bears.